Welcome to the Marketing Revolution podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group. Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. And it is, let me see, it's about 4:30 on, what is today? Wednesday. And I am getting ready to drop Wednesday's podcast. One of the big things that I was thinking of today was just the simple fact that as a business owner, as a entrepreneur, one of the things that you have to understand is that money moves. And what I mean by that is we can actually look at this whole experience that we had with COVID-19, where literally they shut down a good majority of our country. And they literally closed down the economy and killed certain people's businesses. And I want to talk a little bit about my friend Wasfi, who owns a concert venue that has an indoor bowling alley. It has an indoor restaurant and an outdoor concert venue, outdoor volleyball, bunch of other stuff that he can do. It holds about 1,700 people. That's at full capacity. That we're talking about concert outside and inside capacity as well. And literally COVID-19, shut down his business to the point to where he had to call these artists that he had already had booked. So, they pre-book their entire year. And if you could imagine, he's booking artists in January, February, and getting everything set for, as soon as spring, summer, and fall comes along, he's literally getting everything set up at the beginning of the year. So when COVID-19 came along and started shutting down businesses, he's one of the individuals that I would say absolutely got it the worst. I would imagine owning a really big gym would be pretty bad as well. But let's talk about this, because he literally, think about that, had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of, if not millions, worth of concerts booked, like literally set up and booked, and had to cancel these things. Then to top it off, nobody could come in and do bowling. Nobody could come in and do, come into the restaurant at that time. But my friends, many of you guys know, you guys listen to me and Wasfi. We did season 1 of the Tactical Mentor podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. I think we only got probably 15, 16 episodes, but it's a phenomenal podcast. The information we dropped there was incredible. But let me tell you something, my friends, Wasfi's not the kind of dude who just sits there and looks in the rearview mirror, okay? Because we got an option here. We can either do one or two things. We can look in the rearview mirror, that little tiny mirror, right? While we're driving, we can just sit there and stare in the rearview mirror and just really start to feel sorry for what's behind us, right? And we could just sit there and look at it. But you know what? Wasfi's not that kind of guy. All right. So instead of looking in the rearview mirror while he was driving, which eventually would cause you to wreck, he continued looking out the window, looking at the picture that was ahead of him, looking at the things that were happening in front of him. Wasfi has a ton of real estate experience. During COVID-19, when they shut down his concert venue, JD Legends, he opened up, we got together, me and him got together and opened up a media company together. He opened up a real estate company, GTG, Get the Gig Real Estate. He ended opening up a house flipping company where he is, if you guys check out Wasfi's Facebook. You can see he's in the Marketing Savage Facebook group. If you scroll down, Wasfi actually got the Marketing Savage 2 or 3 weeks ago, I want to say. So you can see that he got the Marketing Savage Monday award. But if you look at his Facebook, you can see that he's literally doing a TV show called Flipping Dayton. And this is him literally getting a camera crew together, putting together all of the resources, buying homes in our local community. He already has an audience. He already has a following, and flipping them while the audience who's going to buy the home is watching. Fucking incredible. He actually just came in today and talked to him. I spent a little time talking with him, and I think he's got like 3 flips going on at this current moment. And to top it off, since he started flipping homes, he took his renovation team and created a basement renovation company where they just specialize in renovating your basement. Okay. Now, I want you guys to take a step back and think about that, okay? Because there's 2 things that Wasfi could have done. Wasfi literally could have said, man, this sucks. The government screwed me. I'm going to file bankruptcy. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to try to do something else. And I mean, he could have spent, years wallowing in the idea that everything that he was wronged. But my friends, he never even mentioned once that he was wronged. I mean, he didn't like the idea of the shutdown. He thought that Sweden had a better model, but I never heard him bitch and complain about it. He literally said, like, man, I just got to move forward. I got to keep on doing my thing. I got to keep on making things happen. And he has continuously done that. Okay. Think about specifically the weight that you may have had on your shoulders. Was it anything close to that? And he continued to prevail. In fact, JD Legends is open now and it is booming, and they are doing, social distancing outside concerts. So the JD Legends, like, he came out of this better than he would have if COVID would have never happened, because now he opened up 2 to 3 more revenue streams. So guys, here's what you got to remember. Money just moves. Okay. And you've got to position yourself. If it's rain, you've got to position yourself to be under that fucking rain cloud while it's raining on top of you. Okay. Money moves. And you've got to understand this, because there's going to be things, very unpredictable things that happen in our business, in our life, that's going to cause us to make huge, huge changes. But my friends, here is the learning lesson. If you practice the principles of building a business and you've done it right, and you understand marketing, you understand fulfillment, you understand how to hire, how to fire, how to create systems, how to create processes, the things that we talk about in this podcast, if you understand that, my friends, that is way more fucking valuable than whatever business that you're in. Okay. That is way more fucking valuable, meaning that you can move into any business because you understand these fundamentals. And if you have the desire, the dream, and the will to pursue this other business and make shit happen, I'm just here to tell you it's fucking impossible. It is impossible for it not to work. So if you master these skills that we talk about each and every week in this podcast, look, if you practice, you go back through this podcast and you practice everything that I've taught you in this podcast, with just this podcast alone, you would become a multi-millionaire by practicing these things. Okay. But the problem is, people here, they don't practice, okay? Do you think that Babe Ruth stepped up to the plate and started cranking fucking home runs right off the rip without practicing, without hitting the ball over and over and over again? For some reason, we don't think that practice applies in entrepreneurship. But the truth of the matter is, you start practicing becoming the biggest, baddest, best motherfucker you can be while you're in position wherever you're at. I don't give a fuck if you got a side hustle. I don't give a fuck if you're working for somebody. You practice being the biggest, baddest motherfucker you can be. You're going to be able to turn that and unleash that on anything at will. Okay. Again, I've said this over and over again. It's not about the goal. It's about who you become in pursuit of the goal, in pursuit of the journey. Guys, you have to understand this in business. Money moves. Never get caught up in the idea that you've been wrong, that you've been victimized, that you've been dealt a bad hand. Okay. There's no such fucking thing. It's only a learning lesson. And everything is put in front of us. Any obstacle is put in front of us to make us a bigger and better version of ourselves once we overcome that shit. So whatever you're dealing with right now in life, think about WASPy. If not, here's my old story. Always think about Ray Charles, man. Blind, a black man in a time that wasn't so good to be a black man, and came the fuck up being even blind, man. Couldn't even see the fucking world, right? And still came up, right? So anytime you start boo-hooing on yourself, think of Ray Charles, what he had to go through to get where he's at, okay? Think of WASPy as well, because literally, man, he's an animal, and that's why he got the Marketing Savage Award. Anybody who I give that award to, guys, over there in the Marketing Savage group, there's some fucking ballers over there, y'all. Some real ballers. You guys aren't involved in that group, get on there, man. Everybody's paying attention. It's happening. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to get bigger, and better, because I've just got started with it, and my consistency is on point. And that's one of the major things that's needed. But there's going to be some things that I'm going to do here in the near future to turn up the fucking heat, make it more enjoyable, make it fun, and man, I'm going to change the fucking way the world feels about marketing, guys. And I just want to tell you that I'm honored, and I honestly feel that me and you are kindred in spirit, because you're coming along with me and we are doing this journey together. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do. And as usual, I'm going to see you on the next one.